is my favorite holiday, and hopefully it can become yours too. This video is meant for everyone, from beginners to veterans, so if you find yourself already familiar with what I'm talking about, feel free to use the timestamps to skip around. Without further ado, I'm Artie, and I will be your Artfight tour guide today. I would like to give you all a handy little vocab sheet to refer back to. Let's have a little history lesson about Artfight. Artfight, according to its website, was founded in 2007 by the user Blanket, and it was hosted on a small forum. We're talking really small, this was 2007. Then, in 2013, when the management shifted, the new leader, Chronic Artist, decided that they wanted Artfight to be its very own website. They didn't accomplish this yet, and they passed it along to user Takaya, who got Artfight into its own site in 2015. Up until 2023, Takaya was the site's leader, and currently Artfight is owned by the user Rainy. Now, I know that is a lot of names that I just dropped, but the important thing is that you know that Artfight started all the way back in 2007, and it wasn't on the website artfight.net that we know and love today until 2015. So thank you so much to everyone who helped us get it to where it is now. Unfortunately, from what I saw, the Wayback Machine doesn't have anything of the old site anymore, so the best we can do is imagine the small community and forums that it was hosted on. If you're looking for an extreme deep dive on the history of Artfight, I really recommend this video by Phoenix Mask. They did an amazing job at detailing everything that went into the event. It's almost an hour long of a deep dive, it's pretty cool. And now that we've briefly detailed the website's history, let's chat about what Artfight actually is. As you may have heard by now, Artfight is an annual gifting game. Please note the emphasis on gifting. It is hosted from the first to the last day of the month of July every year. At the beginning of the event, you are allowed to choose what team you want to be on. Team themes are announced several weeks before the event across several of Artfight's official platforms. The rules are simple. Whichever team gains the most points by the end of the month wins. People focus more on the core of the event, the gifting game, rather than the outcome, which is what makes it such a unique game to play. The purpose of the event is to gift art to other users whose characters you enjoy. This is, as I said before, known as an attack, and you can pretty much attack with any format of visual media that you like. Personally, I'm a sucker for craft attacks. I love when people show attacks of my characters in forms that I would have not expected to see. If you attack an artist, there is a chance that they will see it and do what is called a revenge. Please remember though, revenges are not guaranteed. It does happen often, it does happen a lot, but it's not a guarantee, and please don't act entitled or like you are owed a commission from the artist just because you made art for them. People are busy, and all the art you're getting this month is for free. It's free, $0, $0. So please, please, please keep some etiquette and do not demand art from an artist if you do not get an attack from them. If you do want a higher chance of being attacked from a specific artist though, besides attacking them, many artists have what they refer to as a hit list. As I said, hit lists are usually Google forms that are quite simple to fill out, and they give the artist an idea of specific targets for their drawings. Again, this does not guarantee an attack from the artist, but it does increase your chances. This is a shameless plug, by the way. If you want to fill out my hit list, I just made it and I linked it in the bio of this video, as well as a link to my Artfight profile and my Discord server where we yap about Artfight, and I post the links to all my Artfight streams closer to the event. Let's talk about how to actually use the website. Many people, including my past self, have asked if Artfight is an app. It is not. It is simply a website called artfight.net, and the overall site can be a little bit daunting to use. When you first go to Artfight, the upper right hand corner will be where you either sign up or sign in. Once you're settled, a menu with a plethora of options will appear. Many are self-explanatory, such as reports for reporting people violating Artfight's terms of service, and team settings for choosing or changing a team during July. But for today, we're going to focus on the parts that require the most effort and can be quite confusing. Firstly, we have to get you set up, so let's click on the Profile tab. This is what you're working with, and this button essentially will serve as a home button for you for the rest of the season. Now, let's spice this page up a little bit. We're going to click the Settings tab. This is where all the magic happens. Firstly, Artfight is quite picky with image settings sometimes, so if you ever run into any issues with your formats, I highly recommend using this website to resize your images. Your profile picture needs to be 100 by 100 pixels, and all other thumbnail images for your characters will be about 200 by 200 pixels in size, so as long as your initial image is in a square format, you can convert it to a smaller size. Don't be like me and try to draw on a 100 by 100 pixel canvas. It doesn't work as much as you would think. Once you upload your profile picture, it's time to move on through preferences. There is an option to switch from dark to light mode, however, I personally suggest against this. Most people's profiles are meant to be seen in dark mode, and even though I personally use light mode for almost everything, yes, even Discord, I know, I'm crazy, I will never have Artfight in light mode. The Profile tab is where you will be spending most of your time. This is where you can type out your bio, and there are a ton of creative things that people do with this, but as long as you have the basics down as far as an intro, some general rules, and maybe a little tidbit about yourself or your OCs, you should be fine. If you're looking to spice up your bio, you can add gifs, quizzes, blind boxes, pictures, and a ton of other little things. There are so many mini guides on TikTok and YouTube Shorts that go into this further. You can import any image that has the link hosted online. If you don't have a Tumblr account, even if you're not going to use it for anything related to social media, I highly suggest making one for Artfight so that you can have a spot for all your pictures so you can copy the link. If you upload an image to Tumblr, it will host it on the web automatically for free, and you can copy and paste it to your bio. This goes with GIFs as well. Similarly, with banners and profile decorations, you are going to want to search Tumblr. They have stamps, banners, pictures, everything that could match your aesthetic. Tumblr has been around for so long, and people have used this for other websites besides Artfight, so it is quite common to have. You can always go back and change things about your profile because the options are unlimited. Now, if you want to donate at least $15 to Artfight to unlock the CSS coding, you can do even more with your profile. Just a disclaimer, I am not at all a pro at CSS, and in fact, I'm using a modified version of a code that I found on Toy House for my own profile. If you're an expert in this kind of coding, go for it. I just personally rarely dabble in coding when it's not the Artfight season. You can change literally everything about the site and your individual character pages. I will say though, if you're a beginner coder like I am, I highly recommend checking your profile often outside of the coding section to make sure that there aren't any issues. I know even mine is quite janky sometimes, which is another reason I recommend keeping your Artfight in dark mode, so if you run across beginner CSS, it won't be as affected on your screen. I also, if you have the opportunity to do this, suggest looking at your code on multiple different devices because the way it presents on your computer may not be at all how it presents on someone's phone. And since Artfight is a website-based game, people will be looking at your profile on many different types of devices. Just as a warning, when setting up your bio, please make sure you click submit, otherwise everything you did will be lost because there is not an autosave feature, unfortunately. Once you're done, if you have social media you want to link your profile to, there is a spot for links. That's pretty self-explanatory. The next step is setting up your character permissions. This is a crucial step even though it is quite simple. In this section, you should clearly detail your do's and don'ts when it comes to people drawing your characters. Every user will be seeing this before they're allowed to see your characters, so please make sure that you put everything you want them to know. This is mine, for example. Now is the super duper fun part, your OCs. I know we've all been waiting for this. This is the whole point of Artfight. You're like, why else would I be here if it's not for the OCs? You wouldn't be. So let's upload them. I strongly suggest that before we do anything with uploading our OCs, let's make sure that you're prepared off of the website. So I suggest that you have a reference image of your characters already made. You can make this on whatever you want. It could be whatever size you want. Just as long as you have a reference image and you have a screenshot of your character in a square format so that you can resize it for the thumbnail, because whenever you upload any image to Artfight, you actually are uploading two images. You're uploading the thumbnail image that people will see, and then you're uploading the entire image. So For the thumbnail image, we're going to be using the website that we used before for your profile picture, and you're going to resize it to 200 by 200 pixels, and then you can upload your character. When you upload your character, I highly suggest that your reference image is something that you yourself made. While most platforms, it's totally okay to have references made by other people or like Pic Crew or something, Artfight is the one place that I do advise you create your own. People can often get confused if your style doesn't match your references, and that's usually not a great time. I hope this video was helpful for you, and I do plan on doing plenty more Artfight videos before the season begins, so if there is a specific topic you want me to cover, please comment it below. Next week's video will be a Q&A of questions that people have been asking me about Artfight, so you still have a chance to ask a question in the comments to make it for that video. So if you want to get more Artfight content in your feed, please make sure to like and subscribe so that I will show up again. Bye!